evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday night Q&A with myself, RavenHawk Coins Seeker, Rob Finds Treasure, and our very special guest, Diggin Dave.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, my friend? Seeker, what you got going on, my brother? Tell everybody what's new.
Shoot, dude, ain't nothing but a G thing. You know how it is. What's up?
Mr. Rob Finds Treasure.
You know what? I had a hot pepper challenge with my daughter and her boyfriend and my wife and her sister yesterday, and I'm still recovering because we went bonkers on Reapers and Tombstones and you name it, and paying the price today, but I'm doing better now. Lots of water.
Lots of water. And then we got our special guest, Diggin Dave. What's new in your world, my friend? Say hello to the people.
Yesterday, my lawnmower broke, so I had to buy a new mower today. Other than that, not much. Just living life. Trying to make videos.
You know, Rob, there's no way I could do what you did yesterday, and there's no way I can do what Raven's about to do tomorrow with that Packy Chip Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad.
It's going to be interesting for you. Go ahead.
Well, Dave said it's not that it's bad. It's that I almost died a few years back from ulcers. So I literally can't do
Crazy.
it.
Yeah, I did the challenge, so not good.
So tomorrow night, I should title it, I'm going to do something that would have killed Seeker.
I mean, let's be honest. I grew up eating hot stuff. I used to watch soap operas and eat jalapeno peppers with my mother. So,
well, that explains the ulcers, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Scott, that the peppers, I've eaten peppers my whole life. And honestly, it wasn't so much that any one was too hot. It was the fact that we had about 10 peppers over about a 6-hour period. So the body just could never adjust to, like, you would come down from the high and then all of a sudden, bam, and then it would burn and then bam. And today's been rough, but honestly, it was still a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun seeing who could eat as many in a row without milk, with ice cream. It was crazy. Anyway, lesson learned. I'm no longer 25 years old for sure.
Yeah, I love spicy food. My wife looks at me like, "How do you eat that?" And she hates spicy food.
Oh, dude, trust me. I wish I could eat it like I used to. There's these chips that I don't know how far out they're sold, but they're called Old Vienna, and they have like these Old Vienna hot chips. They're like the best things I've ever eaten in my life. And I wish I could eat them like I used to. I used to absolutely adore those things, but it is what it is. Got to move on.
Oh yeah,
gotta move on.
You got some support there, though, Seeker. Ike's girl says, I'm with you. Too much Thai food when I was young, and docs get on you. It happens.
Yes, sir.
Well, maybe I should slow down then on the spicy food. I don't want to be in 20 years be having stomach issues.
Yeah, you really don't. I promise.
Well,
Damien sorry, go ahead.
I saw a whole documentary on those spicy Cheetos that people love so much.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that the human body isn't designed to eat that in big quantities, right?
That's good to know.
They said that if you eat those Cheetos too much and in too much quantity, you could run the risk of actually burning holes in your intestines from the spices.
Wow.
Well, those peppers are hot to keep people and animals from eating them.
Yeah.
And so, humans are like, "Gosh, this is gonna be great." So, all right.
Funny.
So
we got an announcement actually, and let me shut this off. Seeker, tell the people what we got going on, brother, because you did an amazing job.
All right, guys. So, first, we didn't really explain what the stream is for new people to be here, but that's okay.
Oh, that's
We're
true.
gonna be talking about coins and stuff. Do you want to explain the stream first, Raven?
Okay, for anybody that's new here and has never been here, what we do is we have a special guest each week. We have to have great people like Diggin Dave here, and we talk about coins, gold, silver, current events, and whatever is going on in chat. If you want to have us answer one of your questions, please put it in chat. We will try to highlight and answer as many questions as possible. And, we're here to have a great time and learn a little something along the way.
All right. So, guys, I've been working on this website for the last few weeks, and I wanted to let you guys know. How many people do we have in here? Let's take a look.
68 right now.
68.
So 68. So we definitely haven't filled up yet, but we'll just let you guys know now, and then we'll let you guys know again as the room fills up. But Rob, Raven, and I about a month ago decided to start doing an after party. And so what the after party is going to be is it's going to be a 30-minute to an hour-long podcast that we're going to record after this stream is over. What we'll be discussing is basically anything that we missed in the stream that we wanted to touch on. We wanted to go into more detail, but we didn't have time in the hour. Additionally, we may go completely off the rails and talk about whatever. The beauty is it's not going to be on YouTube, so if we go a little bit too far off the rails, we don't have to worry about it. But we have a website going. We're going to be listing it on all the big podcasting streams, including iTunes and Google and all of those. So you'll be able to get that XML file and put it into whatever feed you like it to be in. And the website is going to be and we call it R Cubed. And we were trying to come up with a name for this thing, and we came up with R Cubed, so R and R, and so obviously my name doesn't start with an R, so we're just going with Seeker, Rob and Raven. But
nice.
Anyway, it's quite literally going to be an after party. So we are going to record the podcast right after this stream is over. We'll say goodbye to our guest, and then me, Rob, and Raven will talk for a half hour to an hour. And we'll upload these episodes every single Friday not every Friday, but every Friday after we have one of these every other week streams. We'll upload it every Friday, or the Friday following the stream. Gosh, I can't talk. We will upload it the Friday following the stream, and other words that I can put together into a sentence as well. But anyway, Raven, you want to pin the website? I'll type it again.
Yeah.
I think
Clever name.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I know I get a lot of truck drivers that comment that they like to listen to my live stream while they're on a long haul. And so this adds another something for someone to just chill to. Plus, you can always find out like what we were talking or discussing after the Monday talk show. So if you caught the Monday talk show, you can watch it. If you missed the Monday talk show, you'll be able to hear that on the podcast as well. And then if you want to know what we discussed afterwards, you're welcome to. At the end of the day, Seeker's been working hard on the site. Thank you, brother. And I know there's going to be other links to our channels and our sites and things like that. So it won't just be podcasts only. There'll be other things going on the website, which is kind of cool for sure.
Right.
Definitely.
And so just to clarify, the podcast itself will be its own thing, but also on the website we'll post. If you go to the website right now, you can actually see there's going to be two listings of audio/video. On the right side is all of these. So every time we do one of these on the Friday following, I will post it on that website. So you can actually go back rather than having to go through Rob's and go through Raven's and go through my channel's old live streams and try and find the old ones if you haven't listened to them yet and you want to go listen to them. They are all listed right there in order from episode 1 all the way going up. So you could go there right now. I just finished it this morning. You could go there right now and there's episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of these that we have already done. So they are already there and ready for you to listen to. And then every Friday we will post the new one of these and the new podcast. They'll come live at the same time on Friday. So if you happen to miss the Monday stream, you can listen to it and then you can go over and listen to the podcast right afterwards.
Sounds like fun.
All right.
We got a question for Diggin Dave, and Rob says, is it worth to get a liability waiver to detect a property of which cool stuff has been found on?
You want me to go, Rob?
Go ahead.
Me personally, if I see a house that I want to metal detect, I just go knock on the door. I get a yes or no. If they say yes, I detect it. I know there's people who have business cards and waivers for liability and stuff. I don't have any of that, but I know some people do. That's pretty much the easy way to put it, I guess.
I mean, if I was hunting a commercial property, or let's keep it even more basic, if there was a residential property that I noticed a dilapidated structure on, and it already has been rezoned for commercial use, which means they're going to tear apart the entire property regardless. I probably have a decent chance of calling the realtor and saying, hey, I know you're going to zone this for commercial. You're going to tear it down the building. Before you do that, is there any way, being a history buff, you'd allow me to metal detect it? If they said the only way they would allow me to metal detect it would be if I were to sign or have a liability waiver, and I really did my homework on that site and I really wanted to get on it, I probably would consider doing that. Outside of that, though, I mean, I'm not going to carry liability waivers for people. If they tell me yes, but you have to have a liability waiver and let me see it, then I'm probably thanking them for their time and keeping them in the back of my mind and knocking on the next door.
Yeah, normally it's just in somebody's backyard, right? It's not really anything too dangerous.
Yeah.
If you're just in someone's yard detecting. So, yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So, Raven, go ahead and start pinning questions if you see them. Let's see. Okay.
So right there, we got, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to read it. It said, so for anyone that has an idea, where are the 2021 Peace and Morgans? Don't tell me at the Mint. Okay. I actually don't know. I actually don't know what the timeline is on those right now. I haven't really followed it too much. I'm just, because if I look at it every single day or even every week, I'm just going to go nuts waiting for it. So I just kind of ignore it until it comes out and then get excited when it gets close.
Well, I've been excited, and it's not even close yet, but I've been excited the whole time, Seeker.
Well, I am excited. You're missing my point. I'm just trying not to get, like, you know how it is when you're a kid and there's a video game coming out a month and you're getting it for Christmas. You just can't wait.
Yeah.
I just try and not think about it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So right here, breaking news: U.S. Mint announces release dates for 2021 Morgan and Peace silver dollars. Coin making sense? Let us know what that date is.
Yeah. 6 more weeks. He says 6 more weeks. The May 24th. Holy smithereens.
Yeah, that's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. There we go. Hey, but at least we finally know.
Right. So
Watch, it's going to shut down the Mint again.
Is there pricing for him?
I don't know. Hey, anybody in chat, was there any pricing announced for it?
Somebody said that from the U.S. Mint, they said the products will be available for sale on June 7th. So it might be finalizing the minting process, I guess, on the 24th of May, but it's not available for sale according to Budget Coin Hunter till June 7th.
Oh wow.
Gotcha. No pricing yet. They're waiting to see how excited people are so they know how much they can jack them up.
Pretty much. They're going to change the price at the last second. What's up?
He said, Coins Making Sense says May 24th, the release date for New Orleans and Carson City, and the June date is for Denver and San Francisco.
Ah. Gotcha.
I definitely want my hands on some Carson City.
I gotta get them all, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta have a whole selection or whole collection of that.
Oh, absolutely, no question at all.
Here's the thing, but have they haven't said anything about the limited availability or anything yet, though?
That I don't know.
I have not heard anything about number of mintage on them.
It's going to be wildly popular. Are they doing proofs or business strikes or both? Does anyone know on that?
That was a question somebody asked just a second ago. And then also, is it going to be the 90% versus the 99%?
I think they're all 99% now, even those, which I hope that's not the case, but I heard that they are.
Yeah, I heard that too, but I don't know.
I know it sounds stupid. Bo Pomlin just said they're going to be 99 fine. I would actually much rather them be 90%, but
me too.
You know, not a whole lot you can do about that.
Just because it's like the originals, you mean?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I wanted the same exact mixture and weight and size, everything, just exactly like the originals.
Yeah.
So not super thrilled about the pure silver. I know that sounds stupid from a stacker, but this is a numismatic thing for me. I just
I just want some 2021 W quarters. Come on, Mint. Where are those?
Those do not exist.
I know.
It's funny though. They say they don't exist, but if you go to PCGS's price guide or population report, there's actually 2 graded MS64 to 2021 W Airman quarters.
Really?
Yep.
What?
So I don't know if they accidentally released those or there's a limited mintage of West Points that they minted and someone got them graded that I'm not aware of.
I was just thinking that the other day. I had a bunch of Denver Tuskegee Airmen. I'm like, what if by accident there's a W on one? That'd be a money coin.
There's two graded in PCGS's pop report for 2021 Ws.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a money coin.
Awesome. So I have it on a pretty good source. They're saying that $83 is the price for the Morgans and Peace dollars.
83.
I'll pay it.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I'm going to have a little savings fund for it,
Damien says, silver is silver. Doesn't matter if it's 99,900. I disagree. It's not, Damien, these aren't about being silver. I don't think most of the people buying these are buying them because they're silver. If I were buying them because they were silver, I'd just go buy rounds or eagles.
You can buy silver anywhere.
Right. I'm much more interested in collecting these, and I'd much rather them be just original 90%. I mean, when you're paying $80 for an ounce of silver, you're not really worried about the silver.
You might have to sell some cards, Raven, for those.
Some Pokemon, yeah.
That Mrs. Coin Crew, perfect. If it's not 90%, it's just a glorified round.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And that's the thing. When I first heard that these were coming out, I freaked out because, it's like, hey, Morgan and Peace Dollar in modern times, that is way cool. And like we all know, we're all going to put our money aside and hopefully get one of each. Seeker will get like 20 of each and drive it away in his gold-plated Corvette. But hey,
hey man, I'm gonna glue him to the hood.
There you go. Show him off, right?
Hey, Silver Surfer asks. He says, "I know Seeker's into collecting coins as well as stacking. What about you other three?"
Oh yeah, I love all sorts of stuff. But go ahead, Dave.
I mean, for me, it's mainly coin roll hunting and metal detecting. I look for I don't have a massive coin collection. I mainly just look for like silver and the pennies, wheat pennies, Indians. I look for errors and varieties. So I do a little bit of everything, but I don't have any really heavy hitters in my coin collection, if that makes sense. Just kind of the basic stuff, silver and stuff like that. So
right.
This pretty much the stuff that I can find in a roll and pull out is what I have in my collection. I'm not like going out of my way to buy a lot of stuff. I like to find it in rolls. It's cheaper.
Sure. So, basically treasure hunting.
Yeah, pretty much. So
nice.
So Foot had a good one, Raven.
Yeah, he did. You talking about this one here, liability? Sure. So liability aside, let's assume a huge fine. To where does the item domain belong, assuming only verbal permission? So this is another metal detecting question for Diggin Dave. If you find something huge, do you get to keep it? Does it go to the owner? What's normally the case?
I've never found a gold coin. I would consider that a huge fine metal detecting. I generally don't give silver away. If I find wheat pennies, I might give a wheat penny to the homeowner, maybe an Indian if it's common. But let's just say I normally don't show my silver finds and stuff when I'm done at a permission. I don't know if that's wrong, but I just don't say, hey, I found a barber half. I don't really do that. What?
But where from a legality standpoint is that, though?
Are you obligated to them?
Unless they say, when I ask permission, I want to see all the fines or I want half of the fines. When I'm done detecting a property, I get in my car and I leave. That's just how it is normally.
Yeah,
there's no.
When you ask up front, they'll either tell you, if they allow you, they'll usually tell you, well, I want to make sure that I see everything you pulled out of the ground before you're done. If they don't say that, then I would ask, hey, when I'm done here, do you want me to knock on the door and let you know what I got? And if they say, no, that's fine. Just I'll let you know if you need to leave. If you're here too long, I'll let you know when you need to go. And typically, if I have it like that, that's an open invitation of saying, I don't care what you get, leave. But Dave's right. A lot of people want to see what you got. And if they want to see what I got, I'm going to show them everything I got, no matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
For me. Unless it's a box of gold coins. But I'm going to show everything I got.
And I would say, in my experience, about 80% of the time when I knock on a door and ask permission, they say, go ahead or whatever. We don't care. I've had people use some other language. I don't give a detect my yard, Most people don't care. They just let you do it. But there's the few out there who they might want to keep a couple fines, so that's just how it is, I guess.
If you got a YouTube channel, the fines are gonna make the video anyway, and you don't need to worry about keeping a silver dime or two that you pulled out of the ground. It's not worth the headache of just showing it to them and getting them to decide what you get and what they get.
And one last thing really quick, and then we can move on. But one time I had a guy who said he didn't care. I started metal detecting. That's the hard thing about trying to record videos is you're out there in their yard holding your phone or your camera and they're looking out. Oh, what are you taking a picture of?
Let me go see that.
So I had an older guy come out. What'd you find? It was just some little, I think it was a rosy silver dime. He's like, oh, that's cool. Normally they just let you keep it. But when you get your camera out, sometimes people get a little more interested in what you're finding. So.
Definitely. That's cool.
Yeah.
Big shout. Thank you to Bradley Height for the $5 super chat. He says, what's up, everyone?
What's up, Bradley?
Good
Thanks
to see
for that
Bradley
super
Height.
What's up, Bradley?
Yeah, it's a cool avatar.
Heck yeah.
That's
So we got Bo.
Oh, sorry.
Bo Palmer says there are some properties I'd like to detect in my city: George Eastman's house and Susan B. Anthony's at Rob Finds Treasure.
Yeah,
Good luck. Yeah.
Good luck with that. But that would be awesome.
Probably a historical marker, right, Rob?
Yeah, probably. And Bo and me and you name us, we're not big enough detectorists to be able to be allowed on those sites to do that.
It'll be like a TV show they might allow, right?
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Did you guys ever see there was a TV show and it was a family? The guy was a former wrestler and like they were the Savages and they would go and do metal detecting on properties. Man, this guy would bring in excavators and find the most insane stuff,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and a couple of people, they're like, well, hey, wait, we said you could search our yard. We didn't say you could dig the entire thing up, but it's pretty cool. Let's see here. Sandy H says, that's surprising. I assume most people be curious of what's found on their property, whether or not they were interested in a piece of the loot for themselves. Yeah, I hear you there.
Well, I'll just say this again. A lot of people don't care, but there are some times where before I leave, I'll knock on their door and just say, this is what I found. I'll show them some wheat pennies. And you'll be amazed on how excited some people will get just seeing a wheat penny or a common Indian. They'll be, oh, that's so cool. You found that in my yard, and it makes them happy and, makes them feel like, you're showing them some stuff that you found, in their yard. So a lot of people do like if you show them the finds, So.
Yeah. There it is. Rick Savage, American Digger. That's who it was.
I never watched that.
It's pretty entertaining. He's a big old wrestler guy and kind of loud and boisterous and stuff, and he just
big old shovel in the
yeah. He and his family go at it. They're pretty cool. They find some cool stuff, but then you wonder how much of it was a find versus they're trying to make, the sensationalism for the TV show. Mm-hmm. But either way, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, Ty Hitman, ever think of wearing a chest-mounted GoPro or something instead of using your phone?
I wrote in the chat, I answered him. I said, It depends on the quality. And I know GoPro's video quality are good, but you won't be able to see if it's in frame as often as you'd like. You're kind of holding it down here.
I've always wondered that. How do they know what they're filming?
If I were to do anything, I'd probably wear one of those GoPro mounts on my head and have it tested ahead of time to see what angle. But I think at the end of the day, your video quality wouldn't be as good as holding your phone and talking and holding the coin and really showing it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like GoPro's recording really solid 4K now.
I meant you couldn't keep the item centered properly the whole time while filming as if you could in your hand, where you can make sure that the item is centered and you catching the light right. You would know exactly what it looks like watching while you record.
Fair enough.
Cool. So not video quality as in pixels, but it's framed, how it's framed.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay. I missed it. I saw another question up there, but I don't know where it went.
Running Eagle, just patience, my friend. I've been detecting for 5 years. You just got to learn those tones. You got to go slow. There's unfortunately a lot of trash in the ground. So,
just
a little bit.
And you got to know your local laws. Matter of fact, Caribbean Coins says here, how are the detecting laws in North Texas? They seem stricter than other places I've been. Yeah,
they're tough. I mean, first of all, in the 17 adjacent cities to where I currently reside, you cannot hunt any of the public or state parks without permits that you have to call ahead of time. And there's been a couple of parks I've called. They're like, sorry, nope, I mean, they don't even sell me a $34 permit for a day, which, by the way, I would lose money on.
Right.
And then on top of that,
For a day?
guys know with COVID and everything, no one's answering the doors. And then on top of that, people in Texas don't take kindly to someone digging holes in the yard, no matter how nice you are. They don't want you on their property. So it's tough here. I used to dig almost every weekend, nonstop in California, for years. And in Texas, it's been really tough for me. Now, schools, as long as there's not a no trespassing sign or a gate around the school, it's public schools. I can dig there and do whatever I want on school property, as long as you take care of the property, of course.
Right. Be respectful to the ground, fill in your plugs. You know, for those of you that don't know, that's a big no-no. And that's unfortunately a lot of metal detecting people have gotten a bad reputation, especially when I lived in California. People used to get mad when they'd see them on the beach because, you're running down the beach and you break your ankle because you fell into somebody's hole.
It's not difficult to cut a plug, flip it, find your coin, whatever, flip it down, or sand on the beach. Just scoop it back into the hole. It takes 2 seconds. It's not hard. I don't know why people do that.
All right. Are you sure it's not hard? It seems like it'd be hard.
Well, no.
It's a joke.
I'll put it this way to Caribbean Coins. Out of the 50 times I've been detecting, even on public ground as far as schools, about 20 of those times I had cops pull up next to me and ask me what I'm doing on the property because the neighbors called the cops because I'm out there. And I'm like, I'm metal detecting. Here's all the trash I pulled out. I'm on public ground. This should be fine. He goes, no, we're fine. They just said you were being suspicious out here. I'm like, okay. So I can't go metal detecting, but every other time having an officer walk up to me where I'm at.
I had a lady at a park once who she thought I had a gun on my shoulder because I had my detector up on my shoulder walk. She's like,
you were carrying it like that on purpose.
I had walking through the park with a rifle. That's just no.
Hey, Seeker, you want to answer this one for this gentleman?
When you are calculating the copper and the copper pennies, do you calculate the wear in the coin? If so, no. No, generally copper pennies are not worn enough to worry about that. So, I mean, you may have a few that have a little bit of wear on them, but no, I wouldn't worry about that at all. I mean, if you're really worried about it, just weigh the whole bag.
There you go. And Shannon Smith says, hey, guys, where are the good sites to find those maps that show the old houses and stuff that used to exist if you're trying to research an area to hunt?
Historicalaerials.com.
Yes.
Historicalaerials.com. You can go to Google Maps, but that's only going to go to like the 60s or whatever. If you go to historicalaerials.com, you can see you can have topography, satellite images that were available until there was satellites, of course. And then there's topography and uploaded maps that even have simple crude drawings of squares with an X in them and triangles because it was something there. And so that's a good site to use. I haven't visited it a little bit, but I don't know if it's been upgraded, but there's a lot of, or updated, but there's a lot of good stuff. You get maps as far back as the 30s and even pre-1900s if you are a premium member, I think, or you pay for that service.
Also, Historic Map Works. I use those two, Historic Aerials and Historic Map Works. Same concept. I think in Historic Map Works, you can overlay the old map on the new map. Same thing with aerials, but they're two different sites. But yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you what's also nice to see on those maps, even if you see, like, sometimes if you drive in the country and you see hay bales on a property that are brown, you can go back to the satellite images and those same hay bales are in the exact same spot 50 years ago because that person may have unfortunately passed away and the city hasn't done anything with the property yet. And those are good ones to call on and see if you can get on as well because they're not doing anything with the property yet. And it's been it's probably virgin ground unless it has some Nighthawks out there.
The headlamp.
I love that. So Steve Howden's asking about what to do with PVC on coins. He doesn't want to put them with his other coins because he feels it'll damage them. PVC wreaks havoc on silver, turns it green, as you know. I'm not sure. Does it transfer those, Seeker? I mean, I don't really keep green coins.
If it's really bad, I probably wouldn't put them next to another one. I just put them in their own little like Mylar 2x2 or something, and that way you're just separating them from touching the other coins. If
they're common coin seeker, you wouldn't think about putting MS-70 on them.
Well, yeah, if they're common, throw them in a bath of liquid ammonia. Who cares? Or lemon ammonia. But if they're key dates, and you certainly don't want to do that, so just put them in a Mylar 2x2.
And we had a couple good ones here, guys. Ashley West Coast. I don't know if this has been asked, but what is a good metal detector for a beginner?
I do not know enough about metal detecting for tonight's conversation.
Garrett AT Pro is, well, not really beginner, but it's not too hard to learn.
Get one of the Ace 250 to 400s. I mean, for a beginner, Dave. I mean, if she has the funds and she's going to be serious about it, if I was buying for a kid, it'd be the 250 or 300 or 350, and see if they'll even do it for more than a month.
Isn't there a new Simplex too? It's only like $300.
Yeah, there's
a Simplex. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. The 250 would probably be a good starter.
Nice.
Ace 300, yeah.
Catman Duism says you can also look at Google Maps to see where houses used to be by discoloration.
Car discoloration.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'm lost on that one.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe as the years go on, there's a nice vehicle and it gets all rusty and old as time goes on. I don't know
what? You could do that.
I guess you could.
My point was, when you look at some of those things, it's funny to see. Like I found down the street from my house, there's an abandoned property. I've been trying to get the city to let me go on because they're tearing it down and putting a park over there, an amusement park. And I'm trying to let me get on there because there is a house that you can look at. It hasn't been touched since the 50s. And if you look at every decade from the 50s on the satellite images, the roof gets worse and worse, and now it's fully collapsed since the 90s.
Oh, wow.
So this house has been abandoned since the 50s, and it's got about 5 acres around it, and then the rest is going to be the amusement park as well. So I'm trying to let them get on that because next year they're going to be building that park on it, and I want to get out there and just swing the detector outside of that.
It's going to be all old coins there, right?
Yeah. Abandoned since the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, all silver and Wheaties.
The house was put there in the turn of the century, so
nice.
Yep. That's really cool. Mr. Iguana has a great statement, and it's also depends on what you're looking in, maybe you're somebody that wants to do a lot of beach combing and be in the water with your metal detector. So there's different factors that you kind of want to consider. Seeker, you're okay, there it stopped. Nope, it's back.
What?
You guys hear?
I hear it a little bit. I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't think it's me.
Voice mod's been giving me trouble. I'll fix it.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay.
No worries. But yeah, so depending on the surface area that you're looking at, you're going to need other supplies as well. Need yourself a little pick, a little shovel, things like that. So
Pinpointer.
Yep, pinpointers are very key in my opinion. And Bounty Hunter says they make a great one for land, parks, etc. About $150 for an entry level one. Here we have Ike's Girl. If you're going to spend money on a metal detector, wouldn't you want to get a very good one so you don't have to keep replacing them? Just saying. Yeah, Dave, I'm right there with Dave that it's kind of hit and miss because here's the thing. What's to say you buy a really expensive one and you don't know how to use it properly because some of them are really complicated. You guys know a little bit more about it than I do, though.
Well, like I was saying, with my experience, I bought the Garrett AT Pro about 5 years ago, and I knew nothing about metal detecting. Just watching YouTube videos and getting out in the parks and using it, I figured it out in about a week. So I liked the AT Pro. You could get a little more basic detector, but like you said, if you want to spend a little more and have a detector, you're not going to have to upgrade after a year. It's really up to you, on what you want to spend and what you want to get. So,
well, a lot of it has to do, and this isn't really about metal detectors in general. But if it's not something you're sure you're going to like or you're going to keep doing, you don't want to throw $500-$600.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So start out with something that's $150, and if you take care of it, you can probably still resell it, get half your money back anyway, and then go and get yourself something better at that point.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
And by the way, the Ace 250 will still pull out just the same thing that the AT Max or the AT Pro will pull out once you learn where you're at, what you're digging, what kind of substrate you're in. And at the end of the day, you're going to dig a lot of trash no matter what. And if you're an older person that wants to swing a lighter machine and doesn't want to be up and down a lot, then maybe you get more of an expensive one if you know you're going to love the hobby. But if you are not somebody who's ever dug before, on case in point, I took a best friend of mine out to go dig 3 years ago. He wanted to start doing this, and he was high and heavy on it. We went out every weekend for months, and about the 15th or 16th weekend, it was too tough on his knees. He pulled out 99% trash and was just tired of the heat and the digs, and he said, it's not fun enough for me. So thank goodness.
You're right. You're right.
Thank goodness he bought a 300 and not a AT Max or Pro.
And a lot of the problem is, if you look at some of these YouTube channels, I'm not saying all of them or pointing anyone out specifically, but they really glorify it because they don't show anything but the awesome finds. So you'll have people that really want to get into it being like, oh my God, look at all this stuff he's finding. This is great. And then they'll go out with a $600-700 metal detector and find trash and get bored really quick. And now they're stuck with all that money they just invested.
You really got to put time into it, guys. If you, like Seeker said, if you see somebody that's only showing jackpots, it kind of makes you go, oh, this is awesome. I can go find colonial coins on the East Coast. No problem. Yeah. No, you know, those are bucket list finds. That's why they're called bucket list finds, because they're hard to get. You know, you got to spend a lot of time pulling out bottle tabs and nails and wire and just, like we said, trash. But here's the good part about that. You're cleaning up your environment, you know, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
But don't expect to get rich off of doing it. There was a question here. Steve Howden said, which one of you has a free ready list to go for new coin collectors on what they should look for already? I've asked Raven about that, but when I'm separating coins, we want to know what to look for. Steve, honestly, you know, we Google. All, yeah, we rely on our red books and whatnot for certain things, because I can't remember every key date or whatnot. But I don't know anybody that has a free list. That would be a pretty daunting task, actually, I think. But do you guys know of anything that I haven't seen?
Not really. Oh,
I mean, yeah, there's placemats.
I mean, I'm not trying to sell my mats. I'm just saying I've made mats most of the stuff that you can see on it.
Heck yeah. No, I think that's a legitimate thing to show that there are some things, you know, that people are providing. They're not free, but they're still good for when you're searching. I used Rob's Canadian nickel mat when I did my Canadian nickel search from Canadian Ryan sent me an entire box of Canadian nickels for one, which is
that's awesome.
Unbelievably cool. One of the biggest bro moves ever. And he sent me a Rob Finds treasure mat. My only Rob Finds treasure mat had the Canadian nickels on there. And you know what? Honestly, for the $30 or so, I think that it would cost to buy the mat, it's actually worth having in front of you. You know, the information's there.
The Canadian ones are only $20, Raven.
Oh, see, $20. So that's even better. But the mats are made out of materials that don't damage your coins. So I think that's pretty cool, actually. You know,
and they just slide right off, right? The coins.
Yep, they do. Hey, check it out. So Caribbean Coins says he's made several cheat sheets that he follows depending on what he's searching. So Steve Howden, maybe you can hook up with Caribbean Coins. You know, we talk about one of the most important things, guys, when you're doing any type of treasure hunting is networking. Network. Talk to people, get to know each other, because Rob Seeker and I would have never found each other if we were the type of people that didn't seek out other people doing what we're doing. You know, same thing with Diggin Dave. He's doing the same thing. He sees somebody with a mindset, you go for it, and it makes it a lot easier that way. Let's see here. I'm trying to find another good question here.
I was going to say, I actually, as far as cheat sheets go, I actually, on OBS, whenever I'm doing a box, I actually have a cheat sheet on my OBS in its own little window.
Nice, see?
And the longer you collect coins or whatever, you just start to remember. You guys can probably agree with that, right?
And that is absolutely true, but still, sometimes things don't...
Well, not everything, but right. The basics.
I mean, unless you're Rob. I mean, Rob, you know, Rob's Rob. But everyone else...
Riley Hunt's Coin says, do you think they'll ever make a new denomination of coin?
I doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to have a reason.
They'll probably get rid of one before they add another, like get rid of the penny, right?
Here's the return of the 2-cent piece.
Yeah.
Guys, Roy Hathaway with a $20 super chat says, howdy, y'all. Thank you, Roy. Good to see you,
Roy?
my friend. Let's see here.
Here we go. This is... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Which one were you looking at?
It's in stupid. It's being stupid anyway. I'm gonna show. I was actually gonna show you what my overlay looks like. So when I'm hunting,
thanks, Time Traveler.
When I'm doing nickels, for example, it looks. This is what my OBS looks like.
Oh,
so
fancy!
It's literally right next to me in OBS.
Nice.
So even though I know 99% of them, every once in a while there might be an off variety that I don't remember off the top of my head. So they're always right there to reference right next to what I'm recording on anyway.
Nice. Here's my OBS.
You know what? Hey, actually, Luke Wilson has a good suggestion. What about a $2 coin?
No one used the $1 coins. They're not going to do that.
Right.
Like, you guys know what happened with the $1 coins. Obviously, they did the Susan B 79, 80, 81, and then back in 99, right before they went to the Sacagawea. And then in 2000, they released the 2000 Susan B Anthony's, and the U.S. Mint released a program where you could order them from the Mint for face value with free shipping because they were trying to get people to use them. And then you had the credit card reward points. You can't call it a scam. It was really just a brilliant idea. It wasn't really a scam, but they would order thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of them and then put them in the bank and pay the credit card off before they took interest and banked all the points. Very, very smart.
Very smart.
I'd do that. Get 2% back. Order $10,000 from the U.S. Mint. Get 2% back really quick. Pay it off.
I can't remember the last time I used a dollar coin, to be honest. Those gold ones.
True story. I used some about an hour before we got on this stream.
Really?
Yeah. The ice cream truck came by our neighborhood. My kids wanted ice cream. I'm like,
they get mistaken for they get mistaken for quarters, or do they have to look at them close? Like, what is this?
The gold ones generally don't.
Yeah.
The gold ones generally don't.
No, but Susan B's had caused a lot of problems, that's for sure. Bo Palmer says he bartends part-time and never gives pennies back in change because nobody wants them. He rounds up and down, but has to look at everything in the drawer before he starts. That's awesome. We got a super chat from the special inspector. Keep stacking, my friend. Rough time ahead of us. Guys, he has a point there. You definitely want to keep stacking. Make sure that you prepare for any type of scenario. That is very important.
Right.
I've got some silver. I want more, but I've got some.
See, CoinPig says we have $2 euros in the UK now. Hardly anybody wants to use them. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. It makes sense. You create a pain in the butt issue. Like, I've seen things, even videos where $2 bills are causing people to call the police because they think they're,
I saw that
counterfeit or something or fake.
Yeah,
it's crazy the things that come up with stuff.
Listen, guys, we already have $5 and $10 and $25 and $50 coins, and no one ever spends them. So no.
I saw a good one, but here's a good one from Teacher.
I got it.
You got it. 10,000 Eagles, quarter ounce.
That was funny.
The gold, I got it.
He goes, can you guys please send me a sample of all key dates MS64 or higher? It's okay with me. That way I know what I'm looking for.
No big deal. Easy peasy.
I'll send you a 70D $50. That's a key date.
There
you want
go.
That?
Hey, 70D, those are good all day long. Yeah. All right.
I've only found one.
Says he found a $10 bill from 1934. Good or important? Hey, 1934 is it? Yeah. Keep it all day. What do you think, Rob?
I keep it all day. I mean, obviously, it's not the larger bills yet. It's past those years, but it's still a good find.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't spend it, but you're probably not going to be able to sell it for more than face value unless it's really nice. If that helps. But don't spend it unless you're going to starve to death.
Jelly Belly Canada, actually, she has a point here with she'd like to see pennies go away, just a matter of reducing the number of coins in my small wallet. Canada got rid of the penny in 2012.
Jelly Belly, do you know how politicians work? It's not going to happen Because it only takes the company that makes those ink planches paying off a few of them for that vote to never pass.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I like coin roll hunting pennies. Please don't go away.
I'm just saying it would never happen because that company that makes those ink planches for pennies, that's all they do. Like it would put them under immediately. So if you think for a second they're not paying off a few politicians to make sure that never happens.
That's good to know.
It makes perfect sense, you know. Hot sense. All right. The $2 bill. The $2 bill and toonie have always been regularly used here in Canada because a large Tim Horton coffee is $2. See, but that's smart. Tim Horton is, hey, let's get some use for them bills nobody wants.
Timmy Hortons. Oof.
Good stuff. By the way, Bill Gibson was the one that gave the information on the price of the Morgan and Peace dollars. And there was somebody that asked a minute ago about when they're being released. We saw earlier June 7th, was it, guys?
Yeah, it was May 24th to June 7th. And we got to credit Makes Coin Sense, I believe, who was the one who posted those dates. He said May 24th was the CC and the O. And then June 1st was the Denver and San Francisco. And then I think June 7th was Philadelphia.
Nice. Guys, we got a Copper Owl says, got a friend with an 1889 CC Morgan, probably G4 grade. Should I tell him to send it in to authenticate it and grading? Who would you use? Asking for a friend.
If it's so, here's the thing. Unless you're worried that it's not real, sending off a G4 is not going to really increase its value. You're just going to be spending money. That being said, if you want it to not be questioned by anyone as to whether or not it's legit, then you may as well. But it's not going to add anything to its value if it's going to come back G4. Just, it may as well be raw, other than if you're worried that it's not legit in the first place.
And I agree, but I for me, a key date like that, and even if it was G4, I would want it forever preserved going forward so it increases in value. It's slabbed. So while it might only be a G4, and honestly, Seeker's right. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily slab most G4 coins ever. But for me, an 89cc, I probably would to preserve it, authenticate it 100%. And if you think it could be worse than a G4, hopefully you get that
you're not getting a 1. You're not getting a 1. Come on.
Give yourself a low ball. Come on, low ball.
Let's get that P1.
Dude, a whole set of 1s. I don't even know if that thing exists yet, does it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think there is a P1 89cc.
I doubt it.
And if you guys, for people in chat that don't know what they're talking about Lowball coins. What that is the absolute lowest possible grade that you can have for a coin to still be slabbed. Those coins pull a huge premium that is mind-boggling, guys.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Absolutely, because it's nearly impossible to naturally wear a coin and still have all the features identifiable and it not look like it was done by a machine on a buffing machine or something.
Oh.
And so when you get one that's actually certified as a P1, it's, believe it or not, it's a hard set to put together. And there are people who will pay a huge premium for slab P1 coins.
So there's people who just buy those sets, the P1.
Yeah. So you're talking thousands of dollars for these coins, man. I've seen some prices happen that I was like, what? Are you kidding? The common date and what? But yeah.
Alrighty.
Those P1C, you learn a little something new every day. Matt Poe says, do you guys think metal composition of regular circulation coins will ever change?
I mean, doesn't it cost more to make a nickel doesn't the nickel cost more than the value of the nickel now?
Yep, the penny is like way more than the value to make it. I think it's like 3 cents to make it.
1 cent.
It was on copper, but they make it up. The mints make up the money on the composition of the quarters and the dimes right now. It pays for all of their profit on everything because Seeker's right. The nickels are costing more to make than they are worth each. So they will change those. Change them.
But let's be honest. Does the U.S. government really care about wasting money?
No, there's actually a form. I forgot the name of it, but there's a formula where they know ahead of time. They know that they're wasting money producing coinage, but they need the coinage for business and commerce. I just can't remember the name, but there's like a little formula that they say they always take into account that loss of money for producing money.
Well, they said in 2022 they were going to test, or at least they're testing different compositions, and one of the websites, someone might be able to access it, they did release some of the planchets, the compositions they were going to be trying out to see if it would work.
So check this out. Talking Bullion. Hey, Talking Bullion. Good to see you, by the way. He says the Mint has already done research for the new coin composition, just waiting for Congress to approve. And that's also why we have 99% silver coins coming in our sets now. And, is things like that. Congress just moving kind of slow. Let's see here.
Let's just go back and make like 40% silver nickels. That'll be cheaper.
There you go.
35%, I meant.
Vegas Battleborn says, I have a sealed 1968 mint proof set that the Kennedy half appears to have a cigarette coming from the mouth. It is not in the plastic. Crack it?
No. I mean, if I've never heard of that error, but if it's really
Smoking
a die
Kennedy
error of some sort, I would submit it sealed.
Exactly. Perfect.
Actually, I have a question for you, Seeker, and only because I'm unaware of this, which is why it's a question, obviously. I recently purchased a 64 proof set, and I did so because I noticed that it had the accented hair Kennedy. No problem with there's no discoloration, no damage. I want to get it graded, even though I know just by looking at it, it's probably an MS 60 or proof 65, 66, probably in that range. Should I submit it with the whole mint set, or should I cut out that Kennedy and submit it in Mylar Flip by itself?
Well, if you submit the whole set, you're going to have to get every coin graded.
Fair enough, and I might want to do that because a couple of them are nice. So
then I would send it sealed.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want every coin to be graded, but if you send in a coin, you have to send it in to be graded. So they won't cut the Kennedy out and grade it for you and then send everything else back.
I know. My point was, is it better to send it in the set and grade all of them, or if I really just want the Kennedy only, just go ahead and cut it out? It doesn't matter.
I'd cut it out if you just want the Kennedy graded.
That's what I was thinking. I'm in a toss up, but the nickel and the dime and the penny are fantastic. So I'm like, man, I don't know.
Well, and you know how it is on those dates. You get a nice cameo. That coin's worth quite a bit.
Yep.
So,
yes.
You know. All right. Whitney Balls. Any date for the Type 2 ASE? Seeker, Raven, Rob, Diggin Dave.
June, I heard.
Yeah, I saw the picture. You know what? I'm kind of torn on the new design.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
we'll see what it looks like on the coin.
If in person it might be better, but so far the pictures I've seen, I was like, man, that is not what I expected. Miss Raven said June.
I was pretty sure it was June.
She's becoming a coin expert herself. She
Nice.
cracks me up. Yeah.
Sounds like a future guest.
Hey. I don't know if she'd want to get in front of the camera.
We'll have all the wives on a stream one time, and they'll take our spots, and it'll be Raven, Mr. Seeker, and Charlani, and then whoever else guests, and it'll just be the spouses stream one time.
Let's do that. That'd be cool. I think that'd be pretty cool to have them all talking, telling our secrets.
Get in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Well, you know what though? We'll put them on icons.
There you go.
You know?
They'd probably talk about more than coins, though.
Scott Thacker said, Miss Raven has spoken. All right, let's see here. I was trying to find a new question here for you guys. Oh, actually, Jelly Belly has a point. Likely they would want to try to keep the weight and size, so finding a comparable metal so all the machines don't have to be recalibrated. You know, that's a thing to take into consideration. Banks aren't going to be happy if you tell them all of a sudden, hey, this nickel now weighs the same as this other thing. Good luck sorting it, you know?
Oh, yeah, the coin machines.
Oh, no, think of all the self-checkouts. Oh, my God.
All the Walmarts.
Right.
Geez.
That's it. Let's push for legislation to get the coins made differently just because of Walmart.
Overnight, Coinstars now charge 20% for all the
I'd flip that Coinstar. Get out.
Let's see here. Budget. Rob, LCS guy one time cut up some proof dimes out of their sets to sell me. Hurt to watch him cut the coins actually loose rather than not break the seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Well, Budget and I were talking. There's enough of the cellophane pressed around the coin in squares that you probably can cut it and keep it still intact, its integrity intact. But cutting them loose and dumping them out, that's a killer.
I mean, I have whole rolls of proof quarters and half dollars. I mean, it's
been going on for a long time.
Yeah, but like Rob said, it's not hard to keep the things in their little individual celophanes because I give out proof nickels all the time that were given to me a while back that are purple and blue and stuff, and they toned and they're nice because the person made sure they stayed in that little hermetically sealed box, you know?
Right.
Let's see here.
Wow, Coins Making Sense said he worked on his self-checkouts. When the 50s and 100s were updated, they had to change the ROM chips and flash the firmware. Had to do it on every single machine.
Dude, let me ask a question. Like, I'm sure this happens, and this is not related to anything we're talking about other than self-checkouts, but how easy is it? How easy is it for someone to just take a freaking label printer and print a UPC for a cheaper item that the store carries, slap it on the damn thing, and go through a self-checkout?
True. That's very true.
I've done it when I was younger.
Oh, that's messed up.
Now I can just self-check-out gold.
I got the new Metallica album for $2, and it was like 20.
Oh, that's messed up. That's messed up.
I was in high school. I regret it. I'm sorry. Okay.
You need to. That's messed up.
But there is just a whole bunch of CDs and just the sticker things that peel off and just put the sticker over. I only did it once, but I apologize.
Hey, this one's definitely for Seeker. He cracks proof sets.
Please explain the best way to open crack a proof set without damaging the coins. Twist it a little bit, get it to crack, and then pop it off. It's not really hard. I mean... Well,
you have a video or two that you've done it, so...
I've cracked a silver proof set every year since I started YouTube, up until I don't know if I'm going to do the 2021s. Because
the 2020s holding some value.
No, the 2021s, because the price went up. I already cracked 2020s last year.
Oh, yeah, I'm messing up my math. Whitney Balls, you guys are awesome from the Balls Clan and Chunky Butt. Thank you, Whitney, for the $5 super chat.
What's up, Whitney?
Family.
Lars Lawyer will be calling you Lars.
Oh, yeah, that's Metallica, dude. Remember, they went after
Napster.
Oh, yeah.
LimeWire, was it?
We're going to have to delete this whole stream. Oh, wait, you're just... It's
Diggin Dave.
I admitted my crime on a live stream. How could I?
That reminds me, if you guys want to watch some funny stuff, go look at Camp Chaos, where they did these cartoons all about Napster and Metallica. Have you seen that one at all, Rob?
But I remember the Napster days.
Oh man, they have James Hetfield like looking like a big like goon, and he goes, "Yeah, Napster bad, fire bad, beer good," and like they're going around and beating up people and suing them and stuff. I mean, it's just one of the funniest things you've ever seen. But seriously, look up Camp Chaos, Metallica versus Napster. It is like a good hour or two of your life to have fun laughing at stuff. Guys, Coin Crew in the house with a $10 super chat says, "Great chat, everyone." Thank you, Coin Crew.
Coins Making Sense says the barcode in their POS system has weights associated with the item. That's not true, because I literally just checked out at a Walmart last night and I grabbed the hand scanner and scanned everything in the cart because it was all yard stuff like, fertilizer and grass seed and crap like that. I just went around and scanned everything. Like, I didn't have to put anything on the scale at all. So...
Yeah, I don't know what the scale's for sometimes, unless it's like to weigh fruit or something.
Well, the Kroger in my area for self-checkout, it will not let me scan a second item until I put the dang thing in the
okay.
I think he's right. Some things like milk are weighted, but I think there's times I cannot even put the bread in and it'll be fine. Right. But the milk, it knows.
Yeah.
It's a little heavy. It knows the milk.
Matt Wertman, I'm trying to figure out the context of what you're asking. Are you saying that they're trying to change quarters and half dollars in the next 5 to 8 years? I'm just not really sure.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah.
MTN Vaults, love when you guys get together. Very informative. Thanks. Thank you, MTN. $5 super chat. We love it. You rock, my friend.
Go ahead, Raven.
I spent 30 minutes in the self-checkout line. What did you ask, Dave?
I was just going to ask if you guys know, because I thought I heard some rumors. Is there going to be another quarter series later in the year?
Yeah,
I heard there might be W's again, but it's not for sure. I don't know.
I've got a thing right here. It says there's a bill. The House of Representatives on September 22nd passed legislation authorizing massive changes to circulating coinage implemented from 2022 to 2030, as well as authorizing new metal programs. Circulating quarter dollars honoring women from 2022 to 2025. Circulating coins in multiple denominations in 2026, celebrating the U.S. semi-quincentennial, which is 500 years. Circulating quarter dollars from 2027 to 2030 that celebrates youth sports. Redesigning half dollars from 2027 to 2030 with reverses celebrating sports performed by individuals with disabilities. Cool. Yeah, and then medals with the same design celebrating sports youth. And so then silver bullion coins with the same designs as all of the quarter dollars and half dollars from 2022 to 2030 in a 5-ounce size and fractional sizes. So now they're going to be offering a lot of cool stuff that I didn't know about. Thanks, Miss Raven.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it says it's fun. Yeah, so now our U.S. Mint's going to start doing some fractional, which is very cool. Wow, guys, it is already 8:02. The hour has flown by.
We're having fun.
Well, before we start cutting it out, let's since we got 143 people watching, let's plug again, guys, our new podcast that we'll be uploading our first episode this Friday. At rcubedcast.com. I'm going to type that into the chat again. Again, it's going to be the after party of this stream, so we'll actually be recording this first episode after tonight's stream, after we say goodbye to Mr. Diggin Dave. It will be a half hour to an hour long, and it's basically going to be us going back and touching on some of the points that we may have missed at, or we wanted to elaborate more on, maybe a couple of questions that we didn't really get around to. And it could just go completely off course, and you could hear Rob talk about how he likes to swim nude. Who knows? But
yo, what's up, gaming balls? How you doing, bro?
But make sure you go to rcubedcast.com. I typed it in the chat. I think Raven pinned it, and make sure you bookmark that.
This one, Buyer Boys wants us to have a weekly podcast. You know what, guys? We talked, and the 2-week format really actually fits best in our lives. You know, we got, between the three of us, we got a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of time. And matter of fact, when we do these shows, it takes over a part of a full day. So, but really cool. Any of you that want to see me in pain tomorrow night, I am doing the Pocky 1-chip challenge. We're going to go on at 8 Central Standard Time. I'm going to try to take on the Devil Chip. And there's some big money on the line. Honestly, Silver Surfer, I'm not going to say the exact amount, but he put up some pretty cool stuff if I can pull it off. And then also we're going to be giving away a Godzilla and King Kong, one of each of those coins, brand new coin that you can't even get right now for the end of stream giveaway.
You know what? I just got a text from A Foot for Silver.
Okay.
And he told me a story he wanted me to tell on the stream tonight. But I think it'd be a fantastic story for our first episode of the podcast, so make sure you don't miss it.
There you go.
Cliffhanger.
Not to get people in there, but we're already 4 minutes past.
Yes, sir.
But right, I will tell that story in tonight's podcast that we record, that we will upload on Friday at 7 p.m.
And Raven, I just want to warn you with that 1-chip challenge, the real pain comes about a day later. I'll just put it that way.
on the backside.
I'm sorry, 7 a.m. is when we plan on launching that, not 7 p.m. 7 a.m. on Friday is when that's going to go live. My apologies. That way you can listen to it on the way to work.
Well, guys, let's let Diggin Dave say what he wants to say, and we're gonna end this up.
Well, hey guys, it was really fun. Thank you for letting me on the stream. Had a great time, and I hope you all have a great night. That's all I got to say.
Right on, Seeker.
No, man, just I love doing these every 2 weeks, and someone said do it weekly. The beautiful thing about doing our podcast bi-weekly is we do it right after this, so we don't have to schedule getting together again. So I did want to add that. But dude, I love getting on here every single week. We'll see you in 2 weeks on Rob's.
Heck yeah, Rob, you're gonna shut us out. Let's send it home.
All right. Well, once again, Raven, thanks for being a great host and pinning up the right comments and calling on us to answer questions. Diggin Dave, great to have you, brother.
It's fun, man.
You and I have chatted up before for the last several years, so it's good to see you on here. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Seeker for working his tail off on the website today and getting it ready to go. And yeah, he did a little clickbait right there at the end for the site, but I think that's why we love him so much.
All right, guys. Like always, make sure to take care of one another. RavenHawk Coins. Have a great day.